Welcome to Ask Swagelok. I'm Craig Gifford here with Chuck Hayes, who is Swagelok's global hydrogen expert. And today, Chuck, we're going to talk about certifications in the clean energy space, from hydrogen to compressed natural gas. So Chuck, there's a lot of confusion about certifications for both hydrogen and compressed natural gas. Can you help us explain that a little bit?
Well, great question. So one of the biggest reasons there's confusion is there's different standards in different parts of the world.
Okay.
So in Europe, they have EN standards. There are global standards done by ISO as a standards organization. And in North America, we have CSA, which is the Canadian Standards Association, does all gaseous fuels here.
Okay.
They're all slightly different. They have slightly different requirements. So, and then they break down from there. So if you talk about CNG, which came first, earlier in the progression of building these standards, they're all NGV standards. Okay. So it's NGV, and on vehicle start with a 3. So it's 3.1 is a whole vehicle. And then there's other standards below it, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 for different components.
Okay.
Different major systems within it. And then for HGV, it's the same thing. So that's HGV 3.1. For infrastructure, it starts with a 4. So for a full dispensing system, it's 4.1. And like the valves on that would be 4.4.
Okay.
And those break out too, and there's about 10 of those for hydrogen and CNG. ISO's similar. They break it out different ways. They have a couple of different standards for on vehicle, one which is 12619, which breaks out each individual component, and there's about 22 different standards there. That's being combined right now, and it's going to become just a natural gas blend and hydrogen later. And a new standard is coming out soon, which is 19887, which will be for the individual components. The good news about that is that hopefully we'll take care of some of the confusion in Europe. There was a standard from EN, which was EC79, which was for the on-vehicle individual components. Yep. That standard has been retired, and it left a void. There was no way to actually get components that had been tested in Europe. So that 1987 will probably be filling up that void pretty soon.
Great.
And that's great. So the other thing is that sometimes certain countries will actually take a standard or write their own standards.
Like India.
India does that, 12619. For hydrogen, they have made their national standard.
Okay.
Gave it different letters at the beginning. Okay. And then sometimes they add what are called regional deviations to it. So there might be some differences. Korea did that. They took some of the ISO standards and put some special requirements onto it.
Fantastic.
Which makes it confusing where you're at. It makes it difficult as a manufacturer to make sure you can supply to all these different regions.
Okay.
And we've gone ahead and tested to all the major standards to help people out.
Great. Well, thanks, Chuck. We really appreciate it. And thank you for joining us at Ask Swagelok.